Welcome to Clerie. We hope to be the simplest EHR you've ever used. We also want to make your clinic more money than it costs for a subscription. To get started, come to Clerie.ai and click on this button at the top, try for free. Once you create your account, you'll be signed into your dashboard. It'll look something like this. And you will see a to-do list right here. On your to-do list, we have a few things for you to note. It'll ask you to set up your Stripe account. It'll ask you to assign yourself as a therapist. And then there are some things in here reminding you about license expiration, overdue progress notes, etc. We also allow you to add tasks for yourself for a future date, or you can assign them to other people in your clinic as well. We show risk alerts for supervisees and for your own clients if there is anything detected that needs attention, such as suicidality, self-harm, or others. On your dashboard, we also show statistics such as new clients received, revenue, which you can change the timeframes and see different numbers as well. We have a calendar page that is very similar to Simple Practice. You can view your own calendar, the clinic calendar, or other calendars for people in your clinic. We allow you to sort by the month, the week, the day. We have a toggle option here if you want to enable privacy mode to hide client names. There's also a way to see the room availability, and you can manage and set up different rooms so that you're not overscheduling rooms in a clinic. It's especially helpful if you have more therapists than room availability. When you create a new event, you can either choose from telehealth, in person. Telehealth is included. There's a whiteboard feature there as well. We allow you to add your own services here for the session. You can do recurring. Here's that room suggestion as well. So it's going to ensure that you're not overbooking rooms and suggest the right ones for the amount of people that you have. And then when you create your create your session, it'll look something like this. Before a session, you'll have when you click on the event, it'll prep you for your session. So you'll have an AI generated summary of what to prepare for, what's happened so far. It'll show you your last progress note, any assignments that have been completed or outstanding, assessments outstanding, and homework assignments outstanding, along with their billing status. You can click on View Session if you want to go into more detail, and the Session Details page allows you to do everything for the session in one place. You can do things such as, let me go to my other one here. Oh, it's gone. Tinkerbell. Let me find Tinkerbell. You guys will like this one. Okay, so my client Tinkerbell, I will go to her client record, click on the sessions page, and I'm going to expand these past sessions so I can have more sample data. All right, so once you see a client, there'll be an AI summary here. It'll tell you assessments that we recommend, such as the GAD-7 or PHQ-9. You can see the scores trending. We also, in Clerie, allow you to assign multi-raters. So if you want to assign a husband and wife the anxiety assessment or GAD-7 to take on behalf of each other, you can compare how the client's anxiety scores compare to the wife's perception of that client. So you can kind of see different trends. So Clerie is going to recommend assessments based on the notes that it's taking. Simply click Assign, and now it is sent to the client in their client portal for homework. We also allow you to add alerts here. We can generate some alerts based on AI. It's especially helpful for people in supervision if they miss something that needs to be escalated to a supervisor. Treatment plans are also generated with AI. So we allow you to select the diagnosis, presenting problems, you generate the treatment plan, and then all of these fields are editable. So you can change how you wish. We have a to-do list that's also created as part of that treatment plan generation. And we focus our AI on creating Medicare and insurance-friendly treatment plans. Progress notes are a very popular feature in Clerie. So when you start a session, you can click on these client details at the top for the client type, the modality, the client affect, and then you can, if it's an in-person session, click record. If you're on telehealth, it will start recording for you automatically. If you have a client that does not like to use AI or you don't want your therapist to use it, there is a dictation feature here that you can dictate your note to after the fact, and it will generate your note based on whatever note template you have here. You can use a SOAP note, DAP note, DAR note, whatever. You can also create a new note template in the settings page, and I'll show you how to do that later. But for now, let's go with SOAP note. If I want to generate that, it will put it into my note. Okay, and when I'm done, I can sign my note and save it. The other part of the session details page is the homework assignments. Very shortly, we will add a feature to generate homework assignments based on the AI note recording. For now, we allow you to add them manually, so check back probably in a week or so. We'll have that, should be working. The intake questions allow you to customize what questions a client should answer before their session and during their session. So you can see in here, this question is marked as clinical only, the one that's in purple. And so as you're going through intake flow, you can add notes and comments. All of these questions can be tailored to fit whatever audience is going through the intake process. So for example, we have one form, and you can decide if a question should be shown to men only, women only, minors, whatever demographic you want. So it's kind of a dynamic form like Qualtrics. Our billing page is where we make therapists and clinics a lot more money. So we use AI to scan for the most appropriate billing codes for the session. We do this by looking at length of time. So if your session was 90 minutes and it was only scheduled for 60 minutes, you can now accept a new billing code there. If there's a better diagnosis to optimize that insurance plan, we're going to recommend that as well. And that will go to the client's record and to the billing page. You can also charge from this page if you want, if you're a small clinic. If you're a large clinic, we have a whole billing page that makes this a lot faster in one spot. Let me go back to the client record and show you a couple more features here. These are all sample names, FYI. We're not violating HIPAA, in case you're worried. On the client record, we have unique identifiers you can click to copy to refer to clients outside of your EHR, just for HIPAA reasons. We have demographics. You can add tags in here to make it easier to search. Therapy reasons will be populated once they are on board through our automated system. And then we have psychotherapy notes and admin notes that are also, you can search by admin notes, not by psychotherapy notes, and it makes it easier to find. The quick actions is helpful to send them forms, message, you can schedule. This one allows you to open the client portal to see what they see. So in the client portal, they'll go through the onboarding process if there's the onboarding link on your website, and it will automatically start to ask them all these different things. So such as the assessments to take, onboarding forms, insurance information, self-pay information, and this is fully customizable in your settings as well. If you need to message the client, there's a messaging portal here. You can message back and forth. It sends to their email or their text messages if they've opted in for mobile messages. Okay, so I want to go to the billing page now and show you a little bit about what we've done here. The billing page is I think, hopefully not overstating it, revolutionary to Clerie. So we try to make this really easy for you to understand and follow. We have a billing pipeline. So after a session time has passed, or you submit a claim or a bill, it's going to pop up in this outstanding balance part of the pipeline. You can see here, there's some rows. We can add or remove columns here to make it fully customizable. If we want to view the claim, we come in here and see what we need to do. Looks like this claim failed, and it will tell us what we need to change there. So we need to add supervising provider and then retry. We use AI, so Clerie is built on top of AI to really automate the parts of therapy that therapists hate doing, such as documentation, insurance headaches, and just other things that AI is really good at ingesting, such as like billing codes. Once you're done, billing people who have outstanding claims or self-pay clients, it can move to the bill prep stage. This is where you'll make sure that the claim is ready to be submitted. Again, there might be some missing information here. We make it really easy for you to see what needs to be added. You can download the CMS 1500 if you want to do it that way, or if you want to click on Edit CMS 1500. We made it just a little bit more user-friendly to kind of see what that looks like. So add all your claims. Once that's submitted, it goes into the clearinghouse. And our clearinghouse that we use, we have two. We use Office Ally, which is one of the big clearinghouses that's a little traditional. We also use a clearinghouse called Steady. Steady is a very technologically advanced, cutting edge clearinghouse that uses APIs to process transactions, which means that it's faster and more secure for us to process these. It saves you guys a lot of money, and they're very, very, very user friendly to use. So searching for payers on here is extremely simple. They have a very long payer list, and if there's someone that's not in network, it's a fast process for us to get them added. So um, the other thing about Clerie, so they'll send it to Study. You'll have the awaiting ERAs, and if it's not in Study, we send it to Office Ally. Once it's paid, we'll show you, the outstanding balance. We'll allow you to write that off. You can collect payment here to allow credit card, cash, check, insurance, other. We use Stripe as our payment processor, and we pass through the cost to you. Stripe charges us 2.9%, and I think 30 cents per transaction, and that's the cost we pass through to you. I know Simple Practice charges 3.15%, and so if you do the math on the difference there, for Simple Practice's processing fees, you'll be paying $2,500 more per year for every $1 million that you make. So a little bit of a difference there on processing fees. You can view the ERA as well, see resolved. One of my favorite features is this denied claim button over here. So if a claim is denied, there's a lot of legwork that goes into figuring out why it's denied. You might be doing some researching, you might be doing something on the phone, calling the insurance company, and so we do that for you as much as we can. We scan the client's record, we scan the web, and we say, here's what we think will help get this claim approved. We'll give you some next steps. We even allow you to generate an email or a letter appeal based on the client record. It's going to have the client's name, the ID, and a whole message to the insurance company. If you feel like the best way to get your claims approved is by overwhelming them with paperwork, you come here and you generate a package which will pull the client's file that you can either mail or email them and overwhelm them with paperwork until they accept it. The other thing that we do in terms of insurance is credentialing. You're probably spending a lot of money on credentialing, or you haven't done it because it's such a pain, and we hear you. On our credentialing page, every provider is given access to a row, and we have a form that you can either send them. We're working on a feature right now that will export their CAQH profile in about 3 clicks and upload that into Clerie. And when you do that, all of these fields become copyable so that they're digitized, and you can paste them into your credentialing forms. We're working on putting instructions in here too for each of the payers to make it even simpler. So that should be coming shortly. The other thing Clerie will do is follow up with your payers. And so once a claim is submitted, you can put the claim follow-up, or sorry, the credentialing follow-up on autopilot with scheduled reminders to go out to the different payers. Going to the Providers tab, this is going to show you the providers in your clinic. And when you invite therapists to join your practice, you can do it here or in the settings page. They'll show up here. They'll answer questions such as their current, actually, they won't answer this question, but they'll have their current number of clients, cases to avoid, licenses, specialties. All this information is in their therapist profile, and we allow you to select or deselect. You can move things around. We will remember license expiration dates so that you don't have to. So if they put that in there, you can just reference that. It'll also appear on your to-do list in the dashboard as well. We show you their current workload, and we allow you to adjust that if you want to say their capacity is now 8. So it makes it easy for assigning. If you have a lot of therapists or providers and you don't know who does what, you can search by them. Let's just say this person who specializes in addiction. Okay, so it looks like these 3 specialize in addiction, and it makes it a lot faster to assign clients. All right, so I'm going to go to the analytics page. This page is especially fun for owners and billing specialists. We have, again, built Clerie on top of AI. That means whatever kind of report you want to generate, you can now do it as simple as you would asking ChatGPT if ChatGPT had access and was HIPAA compliant to all of your client data. So you can come in here, you can see some of the reports we already have. Here's the clinic statistics. You can sort by different, filters here to see who your top performing therapists, different problems, pie charts, bar charts, demographics, and now this is where it gets fun. So I might say, I want, let's see, diagnosis breakdown. Create a pie chart of primary diagnosis distribution, and you can edit this as well. But for simplicity, we'll just create that. Clerie is going to look at the database, not make any changes, but it's going to give you the data that you want immediately and allow you to save this chart to your dashboard. So highly customizable. And if you don't like it, discard, try again. Let's say we do like it, we keep the chart. Now it's going to be pinned here, so I can refresh this and it will update my custom report whenever I need it. All right, let's go to the supervision page now. So supervision is something that is not very well catered to in other EHRs. We have the supervision page for two reasons. One, we want to make it really easy for you as a supervisor to review case notes and improve them. So you click on this tab, it's going to alert you when there's new case notes. It'll give you an AI assessment for how that session was, if you want, ChatGPT or Claude's opinion on that. Okay, here's the strengths and areas of improvement. You can write feedback, you can summarize what we've already put in here, and sign and approve. Another thing you can do is see risk alerts. So for example, if a client has someone who's suicidal or there's self-harm or anything like that, we're going to surface these risk alerts for you to review as well. The supervisor page provides a distribution breakdown of your demographics for the people being supervised. So such as like their ethnicity, therapy type, presenting problems, and we allow you to do this by each therapist, and so they can get a really good understanding about the gaps in their experience in order to reach their supervision goals. So hours supervised, and again, their kind of client breakdown. I'm going to go to the settings page now. The last thing that you want to do is you're setting up. Actually, let me back up. The first thing you want to do when you're setting up is go to the settings page and go through these different tabs. So your personal info, make sure that's updated. Professional info, practice settings, and there's some sub-tabs here. So you want to make sure the service is offered, meet your needs. Your billing, this is where you'll sign up for auto charge and Stripe, I believe. Actually, Stripe might be in this one. Here's your room scheduling. So this shows you your calendar. When are you available for clients to schedule? We don't allow client scheduling right now. That's a feature you can turn on. Clinic location, how many offices do you have? How many rooms within those offices? Calendar sharing. Client intake, again, this is a lot like Qualtrics. So the different questions in here, they can be expanded. You can move the groups around. You can change the demographics for each of the questions. The questions have a lot of different options, whether it's open text or radio buttons. So you'll have a lot of fun playing with that if you like, report building. We have consent forms to go through as well. And so these are like a good standard template that we'll want you to take a look at, make sure it works for your clinic. Assessment library in here, you can use ours, you can upload your own. We're always adding to this, we're about to add a bunch more. So if you don't see them in there, you can feel free to request those. And the other thing I'll show you on here is user access. We have a very robust permission granting system. So these roles up here are kind of like major roles, and we'll show you what they have access to. So when you assign a billing role, this is what they have access to. We allow you to override that if you want. Save your changes so it's applied to all billing specialists, or if it's a case-by-case basis, you can come in here and scroll through these different roles, and you can allow them access to individual pages. We'll tell you that it's custom, give you some warning if they have PHI, and if there's someone you don't want to have access to PHI, simply click this button. Let's add it to this person. Captain Hook now no longer has access to PHI. If you want to add someone as a supervisor, it's very easy. You can click on here. You can also do this from the provider's page as well. The last thing I want to show you about Clerie, I'll go to the dashboard to do this, is we have two great buttons down here. One, Ask Clerie. This button allows you to ask anything about your clinic, anything about the app. How do we use Clerie? How do we import clients? You can even ask it like something like this. Send Patrick, Tom, an invite for a 60-minute session next Tuesday. at 2 p.m. Clerie can download files for you if you ask it for information. Of course it's not going to work. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it does. So there you go. Confirm action. So it's going to ask you, I want to do it. Yes, I do. And there we go. Clerie can tell you anything. I don't know. I clicked on the first one, your schedule for today, key metrics. Our hope is that Clerie will be an excellent resource for helping you navigate and understand the app, and also can execute tasks for you. So it's going to be kind of a great assistant as you're onboarding your clinic and searching through the app if you don't know where to go. You can also feel free to reach out to us. We love hearing from you. If you have any issues at all, please click on the support button. Support, input your ticket here. We'll get back to you within 24 hours is our goal. And there's also feature requests. If there's something that's missing, you can see open here the ones that we've resolved, the ones that are outstanding. You can even browse these features and upvote ones that are your favorite. And that's all for Clerie. We're so excited to have you considering Clerie. Again, our goal is to make this the easiest EHR you've ever used while making more money for your clinic than the subscription cost. We're looking for innovative therapists who want to push the boundaries of what therapists can do to have better client outcomes and better run therapy practices. Thanks for your consideration.